Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast of the United States, 7 a.m. Thursday in Bangkok, Thailand. Welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming. I'm your host and not Dungeon Master this evening, Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social medias, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like what we do here and want to support us on the channel, please give a like, follow, subscribe to any of those to us on any of those platforms. Really appreciate it. Lets us know that you're out there watching and that you appreciate all the hard work that us and most importantly our amazing players put into this show. So we are back Thursday or Wednesday, part 3. Artists ad Solem, our kind of Curse of Strahd speed run, if such a thing exists in the tabletop role-playing game space. We are doing it, so it's like going to the moon, y'all. We're Apollo 11. We will meet our amazing players, our fantastic guest DM, who has done us a great service by not only doing this for us, but putting up with us as well. And yeah, so once again, I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social medias. I will be playing Roderigo Vicente, a vengeance paladin who has a particular grudge against our, I don't know, I guess the star of this adventure, our boy Strahd. So yeah, he's a paladin and he's mad and he has a flaming sword. So that's pretty much it. Not too in depth, no much of a character arc, just angry. Let us move down just to the fine gentleman below me. Tenta, tell us about our boy Shtigg, who is a repeat player on our Wednesday show.
I am Tenta. I play Shtigg. He is a black cat with green eyes. That that is a assassin, and he's more evil than good, but he's still pretty fun-loving, and he's just definitely a handful for anybody to party with.
Just like most black cats. So yeah.
Yeah.
The role play is strong with you. We are missing our boys Dustin and Landon. One of them started a new job. One of them rolled 3 on his stealth check against visiting family members. We will miss them and carry on in their name. I will throw something from a distance in honor of Dustin, and I will punch a horse in honor of Landon. Just they're with us in spirit. So let's move on to my boy Lewis. Lewis, tell us Anna Marie.
I'm Lewis. I'm playing Anna Marie, who is your typical, mom who was a fighter. So she, spent some time in the army. She now adventures in her spare time, basically trying to make enough to retire.
Big mom energy coming from the wizard, like you do. And
right.
That is our cast. Sorry, I bring down the average, but it's just, you're gonna have to deal with it. It's my channel, I'm here. And let us finish up with our amazing, intrepid, patient, and otherwise kind of cat wrangler to shore, Miss Litza Bronwyn. Thank you for being here. Tell us about yourself and kind of what we're going to be getting ourselves into tonight.
It's okay. I love cats. Yeah, I'm Litza, and this has been super fun. I love Curse of Strahd, and I love these guys. And being here, our 2 missing players are a dwarf artificer with a iron steed mastiff named Sid, and a Shadar Kai elf ranger. So they'll be tagging along with the party, but otherwise pretty quiet in the background. And where we left off last was in Vallaki, where the party was supposed to deliver Irina to sort of a safe space for her to hide away from Strahd's undesired attentions. But when they got there, it turned out that the city was kind of weird and creepy, which, shouldn't really come as a surprise because that's kind of Barovia all over. They were having a festival but it started to rain. The mayor got really pissed off at one of his soldiers for not taking it seriously enough, tried to enact a little corporal punishment, to which the party, some of them were more against interfering than not, but eventually decided to sort of step in. A tiger that had gotten lost from, or had broken out of its a carnival wagon, also got involved in the fray. And then after the mayor was subdued and retreated to his home, giving the players sort of the run of the town, so it seemed, the ranger communicated with the tiger and was told that it was looking for its master, who they found at a local inn, and they met up with an old man who seemed to be vaguely strange and untrustworthy, and also not from around these parts, who went by a couple of different names. One was Rictavio, which is how he was known among these parts. But he did confess to the players that he is also interested in taking down Strahd. At that point, screams were heard coming from the local chapel, and everyone rushed over there and managed to keep Strahd from attacking the priest by turning him into a little field mouse, with some rather quick thinking. And that was where we left off, in the chapel, with some wounded from vampire spawn and swarms of bats, but otherwise Strahd has once again retreated to his castle, having been, sort of driven off by the party interfering. And that is where we will pick up.
And now the party knows not to make mice around Shtigg, because I will eat them.
It's my nature, dog. Like, what do you want me to do?
You literally just made a hamburger appear on the floor. Like, what do you want?
Indeed.
Have some self-control. You know.
Nope.
You're talking about Shtigg, man.
Impulse control non-existent.
No. Shtigg is a lavish sort of guy.
So Rictavio and Irina, who were outside fighting the vampire spawn, that were out there trying to chase down some of the local townspeople, enter the church, and seem pleased to see that all of you are okay, more or less, though a few of you have sustained injuries.
Yeah, doing well. Wow, that's bad. Okay, this one. Alright, so everybody dipped, right? Strahd just
Yes.
basically buggered off, yeah?
He turned back into a bat before Maul, the Sid's dog, could take a big chomp out of him, and he flew up into the belfry, and all the vampire spawns scattered into the night.
Sissy.
Yeah. And Roderigo, your perception isn't too high,
No.
but Anna-Marie and Shtigg, you can see out through the sort of the holes in the chapel and the windows. There are both. This is a pretty, a little bit of a rundown place. That there are city guard that seem to be approaching the place.
Uh-oh. The guard are here. We gotta go.
We haven't done anything wrong. We saved
Haven't.
the townsfolk. We have rid the town of Strahd, at least temporarily. Bring on the guard.
Rictavio will raise a finger and say, "This is true. However, in my experience, perhaps your feline friend is correct. You, sir, do not look so hot yourself, if I may say. Besides which, I don't think the mayor will take too kindly to my tiger being let out of his cage. I do have a place outside of town where we may retire in peace. If you all would care to accompany me, I think it would be high time we retire from this town."
Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'll start tugging at Roderigo's leg. Come on, let's go.
Very well. But we have nothing to fear when we have the cause of righteousness on our side. And like I'm gonna kind of, hold me back kind of a thing as Shtigg, like, not trying to pull on me very hard, but me kind of exaggerating his efforts, despite my wanting to stay.
Father Lucian will meet your eyes and say, "I appreciate what you have done here. I will not forget, even if the mayor is blind to it."
And I will not forget my missed mouse.
May the Morning Lord bless you with many more mice on your travels.
They are my favorite.
Is there like a back door, or are we gonna, basically?
There's a hole in the wall, man.
There's just the one door, but Rictavio, it will say there are many back alleys. So if we're quick, we can avoid them.
Okay.
And
if I'm gonna be fuck the police, and then we're gonna walk by them, there's a different vibe I need to leave this church with.
He will lead you out, and the streets are still sort of filled with people and a little panicky, and it is nighttime, so you don't have too much trouble being led. What are you doing? So he'll lead you around to you'll recognize sort of the area as you pass by, back to where his carnival wagon is. And when he sees it's tipped over on its side and the back door's busted open, he's like, "Oh, goodness gracious. All right, do you mind giving me a hand? We have to get it up." I would prefer not to walk.
I look at the other two guys in the party, and I believe she's talking to you two gentlemen.
I believe that he's talking to Roderigo. I don't lift things.
Very, very well. If this is what it
Sid
takes.
would also give a hand.
Yeah, and the dog probably too, just because.
The dog probably too, yes.
Pulling on a wheel.
Enthusiastically.
Yeah. Pulling on the wheel. Like
I'm helping, right?
Yeah.
I'm helping, right?
Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, so I'll, I don't know, help, apparently.
Go ahead
I will
and
tip the cart over.
make athletics with advantage.
Ooh, with advantage.
You are being helped by many people.
By a dog and an artificer. That's many. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
The cat and the wizard are staring at you.
Athletics. Yeah, because that's the one thing I'm good at. 25.
Nice. Okay. Yes, you successfully managed to tip the cart up. It's not actually that heavy without anything in it.
I just didn't make it look heavy.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly
Gun
right.
made it look good.
Gun show.
Yeah, and you're very intimidating, and you're just like,
I just look like I'm dead. The zombie's picking up this cart. What should we do? Nothing. Mind our fucking business.
So, it's a little intimidating, actually. So, Rictavio will motion for the tiger to get back inside, and he'll sort of manage to fasten up the doors, and says, unless anyone wants to sit back there, there's the seat up front should, it should hold all of us. It'll be a squeeze.
Not putting me in a cage. I hop up onto the seat.
I make like a little bed in the back, and I just kind of like just cover myself in my cape.
I guess.
Staring at Fabio.
I guess I'll sit in the front, but kind of like cloak over my head. You know, big armor and sword, but I don't want people to see what I look like. So, and kind of head down, staying in my lane.
I keep flipping his hood over.
So, going through the front gates might be a little difficult, so be prepared for that. And then he'll say a few words and flick his fingers, and a white horse appears with like silvery ropes tethering him to the wagon, and whinnies and starts pulling.
Very cool.
He's like,
Handy.
indeed.
Right along.
And begins.
Finally, some magic that's practical, huh?
The best magic worth having is practical magic. And begins toward the gates. They're always guarded. If we're lucky, there will only be 2 guards. And the rest of them will be, probably looking for you or investigating the church. Depending on.
Have to kill them.
Probably not.
So boring.
Are you asking or are you telling? Like, are we going to have to kill them or we are going to have to kill them? Those are 2 separate ideas.
I mean, I have my preference, but whatever.
Okay.
Why take a chance?
Most in this town are not bad people.
I'm going to do my best to just try to perfunctory just give Shtigg the let's not be murder hobo-y to an already oppressed people. Without much effort, without much gusto, for fear that it's probably not going to like really sink in. But, you know, I'm going to do my best, like, paladin stuff and, you know, just try not to shit on people who've already got a bad way.
Well, you remember traveling down this road, and it's not too far until you begin to approach the gates. And indeed, there are 2 guards there with their halberds out. And they say, halt, who goes there? And the gate is indeed closed because it is nighttime. And instead of slowing Rictavio, well, he doesn't do anything that you can see, but the horse speeds up. And the road's a little bumpy, and you can feel it jolting. And the 2 halberds come down. And he says, hold on, we're going to ram at the gate.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna unsheath my sword and just leave it across my lap. Just, you know, I want to cut somebody down while hauling ass in a wagon. That sounds awesome.
all right.
It will not be lit on fire. It's sitting on my lap. But
Okay.
yeah.
That's good because part of it's on my lap.
It is a long sword, so yes, you and I, yeah, we are in the uncomfortable next to each other on the plains vibe going on right now.
Yeah, we're buckled in by a blade.
The horse is going to rear up and hit the gate with both hooves.
Love it.
And the gate splinters and is thrown open, and you see both of these halberds go into the horse, but it seems to be almost partially incorporeal, and it tears a little bit of flesh, but then it sort of goes through it like they didn't quite catch. And it seems wounded, but not nearly as much as you would think that it should be. And you're close enough that you could take an attack if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Roderigo, since you were prepared, since you were prepared to do so.
Bonus action, I'm going to light the sword up on fire.
Absolutely.
Shtigg, who's, like, are you sitting on the left or
Poor
right?
guys just doing their job.
I'm probably sitting right in the middle because I was mad mugging Rictavio.
All right.
Next time you go to a parking space, you know, one of those like parking lots, just like get out of your car and just like brutally assault the parking attendant. This is exactly what this is the equivalent of.
I'm not even going to get out of the car. I'm going to, like, slash at him with my window open as I drive by. That's way different. All right, now you're making me feel bad, but it's still going to be... It's still going to be a 20.
I just want you to feel something.
It's going to be a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Like I said, I'm gonna come with the
We're
fury.
not made of freaking platinum, Doctor.
Do. 8. It could be a lot worse. I rolled a 1 for damage, so it's going to be 8 slashing and then 8 fire damage. As I'm going to just kind of, old school Mongol barbarian on horseback, just wow, with a flaming sword though.
Yeah, you knock their shield aside and you see the sword cut in and the fire whip into them, and the sword, you can definitely feel it going into flesh, and then they're down on the ground as you guys are continuing to ride through these gates.
The other guard needs to make a 15 strength save.
Awesome. Okay.
What are you doing?
Got a feat now, bro.
That is a 16 for the guard.
All right, well then he just kind of goes, ow, and doesn't fall over.
Okay.
That's all. Force push. Didn't work.
He stumbles. You see him stumble back a foot.
Yeah. Good enough.
And then that guard is chasing you, but you are a bit faster. The horse doesn't have its full speed since it's pulling a wagon full of people behind it, but is still faster than this guard, who eventually sort of gives up. And then you can still see the other guard is laying on the ground and not moving.
Look, man, sorry. You're being liberated. Please don't resist.
I am saving you.
Yeah. Congrats, you're being rescued. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Shtigg's just beaming with pride at Roderigo right now. That's totally how you do it. That's right.
So the wagon busts through the gate, and what? We're just continuing to haul ass, right? At no point has the wagon slowed down or anything. It just boom, and we're still just booking it through.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're booking it down the road. The tiger roars in the back from the jostling, but then quiets as this wagon keeps going. And at some point, Rictavio.
Sorry.
Rictavio turns the wagon onto sort of a dirt path off the road into the woods. And the trees are spindly and quite close together, and it's a pretty tight fit for a wagon, but there is obviously a path that is a bit overgrown, but meant to be traveled, because at no point is the wagon held up at all. It's just like the perfect size to be fit through. And and it gets like mistier and mistier, and after maybe 40 minutes of travel, during which time he doesn't say anything if you don't, and Irina is with you all also, since she definitely does not feel like staying back in that town without you guys. No longer seems like a safe place.
I wonder what.
You see the top of a high stone tower sort of emerging from the mist, still pretty far off, but you can see moss-covered gargoyles perched at the top, and the road, or the path through the forest, has just been completely swallowed by dirt and grass, and you see the trees sort of part and give way to a cold mountain lake. And all around this lake are misty woods and like some rocky bluffs. And through, like in front of you, you see a grass-covered causeway going forward in front of you to Marshy Island. And a thick fog is creeping across the dark, still water that's surrounding the island. Now you can put up that first picture. That's like the overhead shot.
Boom.
And you see an old, decrepit tower that's about 4 stories tall, about 80 feet, that's standing in the center of the island, and a large gash in its side is partially covered by collapsing scaffolds, like somebody was once going to fix it and never got around to it. And as Rictavio drives the wagon up onto the causeway, or just onto the causeway, it's all pretty flat, almost even with the lake itself. You see that near the base of the tower is another wagon, barrel-topped and covered in mud, with brass lanterns hanging from the corners. And it's parked fairly close to the tower. And he drives up and drives past this wagon and comes to a stop fairly close to the tower itself.
Can I take a look at the wagon, see what I can see?
Yeah. So everyone sort of disembarks, and you can go inspect the wagon. And as you get closer, you can see that it's actually painted purple underneath all of the mud, and the wheels have like a fancy gold trim, and there are windows that are covered in red drapes. And if you circle around, there on the back door is a big padlock and a wooden sign that reads "Keep Out."
Oh, no. I'm gonna unlock it.
So as you go over and inspect it, Rictavio will call over, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. She keeps it booby-trapped."
Who is this she?
My old apprentice. That is or was her wagon.
What's in it? I'm looking around like,
Her hunting gear, mostly.
mm,
Anything inside there I can provide to you in here.
very well. I'll hop back up onto the wagon looking just bummed out. I wanted to look in it.
Shtigg, it's fine. She's gonna give it to us. It's fine to get things without stealing them.
What?
I know. It's crazy. It's true.
And Rictavio will approach the tower, and you can see on the front door there is some very strange symbols carved, which is the next picture you should have, Manny.
Yep. I'm gonna try to... hold on. Don't know what happened. Ah, I got it. Hold on.
This is it. Hey, we got another guest on the stream.
Boom.
He decided he wants some loving.
There you go. Alright, it's up in stream and in the Discord.
Who knows?
Hi, Winston. So I'm going to get out of the wagon, be kind of leery of Rictavio. If for nothing else, I feel like he's stealing my branding with his name. And just, kind of wonder why he's dragged us to, the middle of nowhere in this already kind of dreary place. Just, is this where you intend to kill us, old man?
Not at all. This is well, it was a place that I stayed. In point of fact, I have not been here for some time. My old apprentice and I had a bit of a falling out and have not talked in some time. But this is a safe place. Was once an old wizard's tower. Now it is, base of operations.
A wizard's tower, huh? This is what we are looking for.
Oh, yes, it's actually surrounded by an anti-magic field. So if you want to perform any magic, you'll have to come outside. Just as a warning. Also, there's a special way you have to get inside, so you better let me. Otherwise, bad things could happen. Unless one of you wants to try it out.
I'm gonna put my hand on Shtigg's chest and just.
I kind of jerk a little bit forward.
I mean, you seem pretty strong. Maybe you could handle it. No? Okay. And he'll step forward and do a quick series of movements at the door, kind of like a ho 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 ho.
I missed all that. Can you do it again?
No. And if any of you wants to make an intelligence check to see if your character caught all of that, you can.
I do.
I may have.
Okay.
Anna Marie definitely caught all that.
Yeah.
no.
Intelligence check. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, no. I did not.
Roll, damn it.
Intelligence check? What is that? That's just a save? Or
Just intelligence, your modifier.
Yeah.
Oh, alrighty.
22 for Anna Marie.
Wow.
Nice.
The wizard's wicked smart.
18 for Shtigg.
7.
Okay. Yeah. Roderigo, you didn't really catch it. I mean, you saw what he was doing, but it doesn't really. Yeah.
It looks like he's having a spasm.
Yeah, Shtigg, you get you caught like maybe the first half of it. You think you could replicate the movements pretty exactly, but you're not sure if you could do them in the exact right order. You think you could try, and you'd have maybe like a 50-50 shot at it.
Okay.
Just from like memorizing from seeing it once. You feel like if you saw it again, you definitely have it down. So if you could somehow like go outside with him and then have him do it one more time, you're like, I would get it then.
You can show me that like one more time in like a field or something. Like...
Yeah, but like a little slower. Anna Marie, you're looking at the door and looking at what he's doing, and it clicks together for you. And you don't have to memorize what he's doing. You understand based on the symbols why
what needs to be done. Yeah.
Why he's doing it. And yeah. You understand this type of lock and why it makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Roderigo just thinks you guys are just freaking out, or like swatting. I think you're swatting like a fly away.
So the the door swings open, and as you pass within a foot of the wall, you kind of feel a little bit of a tingle as you pass that anti-magic field. And your sword, Roderigo, feels like a little tiny bit different, like it won't ignite within this area.
Okay.
Even though it's still like it's like a normal sword in here. Like any magic items you guys have behave like normal items. Like they're still more durable, as if they're like very high quality. But yeah, so there's a very strong anti-magic field like in this whole place. However, you immediately notice 4 golems that turn and look at you that seem to be made of clay. So it's immediately obvious that there are magical things in here that are not being affected by the anti-magic field. And this whole bottom floor is pretty empty except for a very wide platform held at the 4 corners by thick chains. And each of these 4 golems are holding the ends of the chains. They like go all the way up, like higher than you can see, and supposedly loop back down. And Rictavio just steps onto this platform and like motions for all of you to step on as well. And he's like, all of the floors except for the very top have been damaged. So this platform will take us up there. Don't worry, it's safe.
I'm gonna be I don't like my sword not working because I came through the door, and I still don't kind of trust this old man. So I'm gonna be leery, but I'm gonna get on the platform mostly because
Wait outside.
there's nowhere else to go, right? It's not like I can't take the stairs.
There are no stairs.
Okay, so I will.
You can wait outside with the tiger.
I will not. I will reluctantly, sword still in hand,
That is fine.
get on the platform with Rictavio.
He's just like, your sword is still a sword. If it to make you feel any better.
Kind of attached
Did not turn into butterflies.
Kind of attached to the magic.
It will still be magical as soon as you leave the tower. I promise.
Very well.
I hop on.
All right. Well, everyone comes on, and including our two friends that are not here. Yeah, including Baul and Sid and Maul. And with all of that combined weight, especially when Maul steps on and the clay golems start heaving, it the platform like groans hideously. And you notice even Rictavio looks like a little bit nervous for a second. But you begin to go up. And you can put up the map of the place. Yeah. And we can put it in chat too, because it's going to be tiny on the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. I cropped it so it's just floors 1 and 2, and then.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the orientation of it makes it so small. I also describe it. Yeah, the second and third floors are, as you pass by the platforms, you can see that the floors are mostly intact, but so rotted and old that you can tell if you tried stepping out of them, with the possible exception of Shtigg, they would probably just like collapse under your feet. I think Shtigg's probably the only one who's light enough that you could like run around and not just fall through. And the second and third floors are also open to the elements because of that huge gash on the side of the tower. So it's very, very like windy, and you can tell it would just be extremely uncomfortable to stay in there, even if the floors were solid. So you go up through the second floor and through the third floor, and the platform finally comes up to the fourth floor and stops. And the fourth floor of this tower is actually pretty nice. It has a cozy bed and a desk with a matching chair against one of the walls. And hanging against the walls are like some bright tapestries, like somebody tried to make it really nice and homey. There's a large iron stove with a little wood pile beside it, and there are even some glass windows that are sort of dirt caked with broken shutters, alongside some very narrow arrow slits that are letting in just a little bit of air. There's also a standing suit of armor against one of the walls, and a wooden chest that Shtigg and Maul can immediately smell a lavender aroma coming from. And then if any of the rest of you wander close by to it, you'll be able to smell just this very lovely scent of lavender.
You smell that?
Yeah.
And Rictavio will say...
quite nice for this place.
Yes,
Quite unusual.
It was
Lost your audio.
I'm sorry, I was stupid and I touched it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I know. I do that every stream now. I fiddle. I'm sorry. It says, well, it was home for quite some time. And of course, you find things here or there. You try to make it look nice. But, and he sort of looks over at the bed. And he says, yes, well, please make yourself at home. The bed is my apprentice's. Please do not touch. But other than that, it is free to explore. I'm sure I have blankets around here somewhere if any of you are weary from your travels. I also have a medicine kit, I'm sure, somewhere around here for those of you who are wounded.
What's in the chest? It smells like lavender.
Ah, yes, that is to cover up the smell of dead body. I show you. And he'll go over to the chest and open it and you see there's a human head inside.
Oh.
He's like, this is from a very evil spy of Strahd that I captured. Obviously, with the anti-magic field, it does not work in here, but I used Speak with Dead many times to interrogate this man. I've learned very valuable information from him, so I keep him around every so often, interrogate him. But yes.
Okay. You wizards are weird people.
I take quite offense to that, Shtigg. Would you like another blast?
No, thank you. Shtigg's gonna go start making a fire in the stove.
Just remember, people may be weird, but you can always accept them for who they are.
Roderigo's going to actually be impressed by the old man and the severed head. Just is the head like of a human?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
How dead is the?
It seems to be very well preserved.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of, take a little interest in the head.
Okay.
Things that are dead but don't look it, kind of intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just see, kind of poke at it and see if it's just, like a severed head or there's something else to it.
Apart from the perfume, you think that it's probably been magically preserved, given what he said about interrogating it many times, and the fact that it does not smell, and it seems very not decayed at all. And it doesn't seem to have any sort of expression on it either, which strikes you as a bit odd.
A lot of it strikes me as a bit odd. So I'm gonna kind of, not like poke at it with the sword, but just kind of, move it. Is he holding it by like the hair or something?
It's just laying in
the chest
right now. Yes, like on its cheek, I guess, just on the side. Like just how it would naturally lay.
When it all rolls, when the nose keeps it from being centered. I'm gonna pick it up and really kind of look at it, like
okay.
how it came to be disattached from its body.
Okay.
And just any, it's a severed head. There are questions.
Yeah. It appears to be a clean slice.
Okay.
But it's not bleeding. So presumably it's bled out. You do notice a bit of perhaps paleness. Like the pallor is lighter than it should be from loss of blood. It's hard to tell.
Are there any like puncture wounds on the neck?
Not that you see.
Okay. Then it doesn't say anything. It's not animated. It's just a.
It looks like a very dead head.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back.
Okay.
I don't want to carry it. I just want to look at it. So I'm gonna put it back.
Yep. Okay.
And just kind of give Octavia just this kind of odd look that you pretend to be a circus master traveling with a tiger. You drag us out to the woods away from the castle to meet your apprentice who you haven't seen in many years and who has a box with a severed head in it.
I don't know that you get to meet her. This is just where we used to live together. Honestly, I do not know where she is. Like I said, it has been a long time.
And if she was to find us trespassing in her tower, how do you expect her to react?
Probably like angry daughter.
Okay. Shtigg, you heard him. Just be mindful.
Everyone loves cats. Don't worry, Roderigo.
Mm.
Everyone. I should probably have the fire up and running by now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do the cat thing where I spin, and then curl up and lay on my back with my feet sticking up and go to sleep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, like I said, I don't need to sleep, so probably just sit on top of the chest as to not take up like a seat from somebody who might want to be comfortable.
Makes sense.
I'm just gonna sit crisscross applesauce on top of the chest, keeping an eye on the platform's the only way up or down. Yeah, into this part.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna kind of keep a very focused look on the platform just in case it moves and the mistress of the house comes home.
Yeah.
What is it that we're supposed to get from the wizard's tower? Does anyone recall?
I didn't have the dream.
Yeah.
No, our note taker's not here, so
I didn't have.
So
you know that whole thing. Don't worry, you guys. I can take notes.
I didn't have the
Yeah,
dream.
so you ask Sid, and he will. His amazing memory. He is an artificer, to be fair. That's a type of wizard. I shouldn't judge. It reminds me actually of that one vampire show where first episode some guy is pretending to be a vampire, and then this redneck like totally schools him, and it ends up that the redneck is the vampire, and
True
it's like
Blood.
such a trope. Yes,
Yeah.
it's such a trope aversion. It's like subversion, and I was like, that's the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh? That was True Blood.
Yeah, that was. I basically only saw the first episode, but it was great.
Oh, that's good.
Best first episode I've ever watched. So
Yeah, nothing
Sid,
else.
I was like, I don't need to see anymore. That was the best. So Wizard's Tower on a lake. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. Look for a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek. And then the other one about the tower was one will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. A Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at the wizard's tower.
Alright, so Anna Marie will, like, having conferred with Sid, will look back towards Rictavio and was there any record of the previous owner of this tower?
Well, when we found it, there was nothing left besides the clay golems.
Are there any books around? Any sort of documentation of any sort?
Books. What sort of books are you looking for?
Wizards like myself keep knowledge in books, and I pull out my spell book, and it can look like this. It can look like anything, really. Really, I might be able to gain a little bit of knowledge if I could understand the kind of wizard that inhabited this tower.
I'm afraid whatever wizard was here didn't leave anything behind. But, when you guys were talking about the cards, was it loud enough that he would have been able to overhear you? Or were you trying to keep it quiet?
I mean, it's not like we were.
It's not a big room.
Yeah, it's not like we were like, off in a corner somewhere.
And it was
so he might have.
talking, so.
Yeah, if he was trying to hear, he might have overheard it. Yeah, just
Okay.
because.
You're speaking of history, a history book. Did I hear you right?
Possibly.
I suppose now is the time where we decide whether or not we should trust each other.
I'm gonna get up off the stool and just kind of go look and be imposing in case we decide not to trust each other.
That does not help, Mr. Sword.
I have seen too many people fall to people in power in Barovia, and until you prove yourself otherwise, for all I know, you prey on these people the same as Strahd, but with a smile as opposed to a bite.
Why don't you prove yourself to me? Why should I help you?
We've come here to help Arena.
The ultimate question.
I don't know, man. I got a flaming sword. We came to help Arena, and we have done so every step of the way. We took her to Lakia. It didn't work out. She's still with us. If we were not to be trusted, why would we still have her? We could have been rid of her by now. Not convincing. Oh, I said it over my head.
And he'll turn to Anna Marie and say, "And you? Why should I trust you?"
It's you, Doc.
What was that? Sorry, I'm getting bombarded.
It's okay.
Sorry.
He'll turn and point to you and say, "And you? Why should I trust you?"
I've given you no reason not to trust me.
That is not an answer.
But you haven't answered any of my questions. You know more of this place than anyone, but yet you don't know of any real reason why any of this would happen, or you don't know whose tower this was. You don't know why these people are gone. You don't know where this person went, but yet you lead us all around knowing everything, leaving us in the dark. Why should we continue to help you as we do?
Oh no, I am the one who has what you seek.
You have the key to killing the monster Strahd. If you do, then what do you need us for? You seem pretty powerful. Summon horses, barge through this gate. You know all of these things, yet somehow, despite knowing all this and giving off this sense of power, you seem to not have solved any problems on your own. That we are still here, and if you could, then you wouldn't need us. Arena would be safe. Strahd would be gone. These people would be free. Yet here we are.
And how many of these sets of former adventurers, these ghosts that walk the night, how many of them have tried to help you that you failed to help, failed to trust? How many of them did you let die?
I am not strong enough to defeat Strahd. And I have not been here for long enough to know very many adventurers at all. But fine, I give you what you want. See if you can stop him. See if you can do what no one else has been able to. And he'll walk over to the set of armor and reach behind it.
Shtigg is suddenly standing behind Anna and Roderigo, looking curious at it.
And he will press his fingernails into a crack in the wall and wedge open a narrow hidden compartment and pull out of this compartment a heavy leather book. And that was the very last picture that I sent you, Manny. And he says, these are all of my notes on the Devil Strahd. Everything that I could find out about what he is and his secret history, including some of his own writings. And it's a journal, but it also has bits of old parchment like pasted into some of the pages. It's sort of like a mishmash of like his writings and then the writings of other people that have been pasted in, and scraps of letters and other things.
Okay.
Presumably he's found.
So Anna will take the book from him.
Mm-hmm.
And first off, she's going to cast comprehend languages.
And the spell fails.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh shit, I forgot.
Yep.
Oh,
You don't
all right.
you don't lose your spell slots.
That's all right.
Mean,
That's all right.
Yeah.
So she basically like tried to, to blink in that she was gonna, use a spell, and then she just kind of thought to herself, and that's right. And then so she's gonna take the book anyway and start to flip through it.
Make an intelligence check for me.
All right.
Something I just thought of.
Dirty 20.
All right. So you're flipping through, and you see something that was written by Strahd. That you notice, and you notice that the handwriting is identical to the letter that you received at the very beginning of this adventure that said it was from Irina's father.
Oh.
I don't like being catfished, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about this.
We got catfish real hard. Like, we got like the college freshman, we found the fucking paper that he hand wrote, in his closet, and it's matching this shit. So yeah, we got some serious questions first off. So I'll start reading, and then I'll just slowly look towards my compatriots, and it seems we were duped. we were brought here by the very person seems we were hunting.
Were we given a copy of that letter, or just shown? Like, was it just shown to us at the beginning?
We could say that you were given a single copy.
Between us?
Like
Okay.
you didn't have like a copy each, but you were given the single copy of the letter. So one of you has it
Okay.
on your person still.
I imagine that would be Sid or Anna Marie.
Probably.
To
So
have it.
I'll have the like.
Yeah,
I
so you
would've
can
had
pull
the
it
letter.
out. So you can
Yeah,
even
so
pull it out
just
and
kinda
put it
like
side
just-
by side.
And just kind of like lay them, like open the book to like the little page,
And it's
then
even the
just,
same
like,
parchment.
yeah, and then just kind of like unfold the other one and just kind of like show them.
Yep.
I believe things aren't what they seem in this place, and then I'll just kind of go back to flipping through.
I'm gonna pick the letter that we got and show it to Rictavio. We received this letter before setting out, being overwhelmed by the mist and coming here. Some of us returning. What do you know about this letter? I'm just gonna show it to Rictavio.
He'll read it and say, strange. I can posit a few guesses. Strahd is very old. Perhaps he wishes to test his strength against adventurers, luring them here in order to kill them. As you say, many have come here before. Perhaps it is a game to him, and he gains enjoyment of it. Those who are still here are very weak. His own people are weak. He can feed on them with no problem. They are broken, not strong. Perhaps it is no longer fun for him to hunt his own. Whatever his intentions, I believe they are evil.
What is
Do you think
good?
he may be the one calling for help?
It is possible he wishes to end the curse on himself.
He is both affected by this curse. He may not leave this plane. He may just send minions or spells like this to entice adventurers like ourselves.
From what I know of him, this is correct. If I may, this passage here, he wrote it himself. He describes the night that he became what he is. He says that if I may, I am the ancient, I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just god, but with none of a god's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergi. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, of rare beauty who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her. Elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergi. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergi bought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I know I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal thus the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. Esmeralda and I have discovered many of his weaknesses. Holy water and garlic also. And we have discovered something more, though I hesitate to say it in front of certain company here. And you see his eyes flick towards Irina.
Hey girl, earmuffs. I'm gonna kind of pick up on this signal and politely go over to her. Irina, we've taken your safety very seriously and done our best to honor what we thought was your father's wishes, but is actually a game being played by this monster. And we are almost to this task of freeing this land from this monster. And so if you could potentially just give us a moment so that Octavio here can tell us what he needs to say. I'm sure everything will be fine. We'll just kind of come get you in a moment once we have a little more of a plan. We don't want to trouble you with whatever gruesome details this old man has to say.
If you insist.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, lead her, kind of politely by the hand, I guess, to the platform.
Yeah.
And I guess look at Victavio just to...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll nod at her and say, I will not lower you all the way down, but call up if anything disturbs you. And we'll sort of call down what you assume is, we'll call down to the second floor, please. And the platform will begin to lower. Like, why does everything need a passcode? Just ask nicely.
Right?
Promise it's me.
And then in sort of a hushed voice, once, the platform stops further down, he says, in my studies, this is in the book too, but I do not know where exactly. This Tatiana that Strahd writes of, she has been reincarnated many times. All souls in Barovia are trapped in Barovia. The curse on this land is so strong that not even the dead can escape. The souls that leave the bodies merely slip into new bodies, reincarnated with no memories. The people you will find sometimes look the same, sound the same as those of their previous reincarnations. This is part of Strahd's curse, I believe. He was tricked, given great power, yes, but also great suffering. That the woman he loves should be born again and again, and each lifetime reject him. Irina is a reincarnation of Tatiana. That is why Strahd is so obsessed with her. And that is why he will never have her. She will never agree to join him, because this is part of his curse. To constantly be rejected, to always be in agony. But he will never stop, not until she is dead.
Do you think knowing of her true... You think this would hurt her?
He believes that he loves her, but he is obsessed. He will hurt her.
He apparently made deals for power without comprehending the terms, so I hold no sorrow for...
Nor should you. His deeds are evil.
We all have paid for things we've done. I am no stranger to war. I have done things under the command, for command. There's no reason to not weigh any consequences you take. For him to not understand the powers he was bargaining with shows the true short-sightedness of his once youthful self, as he so put it.
How do you suppose he got these powers?
It seems he made a deal with someone who likes to play in the fine print, as they say, and where I come from.
There are many powerful dark entities. I, for one, hope never to meet them.
Yeah, me either.
Roderigo's just going to kind of stand over here like that meme with the eyes that kind of dart back and forth. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I don't want to meet anybody like that. Hey, look over there. So, what should we do with her? Just play keep away for forever? She can't forever be on the run, only to die, to come back and have her soul do this forever and ever and ever.
Oh, certainly not. But your intention is to defeat him, no?
Yes, and not just for her, but in the meantime, I want her to be safe. We can't take her with us.
Well, she can stay here. You do not suppose I go with you? I'm a very old man.
We don't need you to come with. Just tell us what to do.
No.
Only hold us up.
My resources are at your disposal. This, and of course, the The rest of the things you took from my wagon, do not think I didn't notice, are the best I can offer you.
You mean these things? And I just kind of like open the prayer book and the crossbow and I just kind of like show everybody that I have like. I was like, I wasn't hiding it, but sure. You mean this stuff?
Is the icon the very fancy symbol?
Yes.
With everything.
Yeah. So like I had been like studying it and everything like that, but I just kind of like I show it all to everybody.
He will reach out. And
I don't let him grab anything. I just kind of like I just show him that I have it, and I'm willing to deal.
he will attempt to reach out and pick it up.
I slap his hand away. No, there are things. You were not there.
That is very powerful artifact. Do you know how to use it?
I know nothing of this place, but it seems you know more than you let on, which I don't appreciate.
Well, then allow me to share with you.
I've been asking you to share with me, but it seems you were untruthful, unwilling, unforthright.
How can I share with you how to use something that I don't know that you have?
You can at least tell us these, that you are aware of certain things.
Yeah. I will share with you now.
Convenient.
Indeed. This is the holy symbol of Ravenkind. And it has many magical properties. And he'll go on to explain what it does, which I'll go ahead and put in. I'll share later in chat. But it has a few different things that it does, including paralyzing vampires on a failed wisdom saving throw. It can turn undead, or it can create sunlight. And it has 10 charges, and you spend a number of charges to create different effects, and then it regains charges at dawn. And it does need to be attuned to a clerik or paladin of good alignment. But
I don't think we have one of those.
Chaotic good.
But alignment is, alignment. So
I got like a toe.
Oh shucks!
I got like a toe.
I heard paladin, and I got
a
You
toe
have like a
in
toe in
chaotic
good.
good.
that's fine. That's good enough. You know how we feel about alignment.
Yeah.
More like
Like I said.
guidelines anyway.
Like I said, what you call it? What about the pirate code? No, they're more like guidelines.
That's right.
Yeah. My tenants are more kind of
Exactly.
like, how you feeling? Big mood. So I'm gonna, not like, grab it, but kind of, take it and give it its proper reverence in my place in all this. What else? What else, old man? Can we get Arena? Like, I don't want to just leave her.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He'll
suspended.
Yeah,
in,
just kind of
midair.
he will.
All right, y'all. I know you're talking about me. This sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us.
He will call her back up, and she looks a little put out. She doesn't like being left out of conversations.
Sure.
But she's understanding because you guys have been carting her around. So.
Yeah, we're talking about you, not to you.
It's fine. And he will say, well, what would you like to know?
So what do we have? We have a holy symbol. Like I said, I didn't have the dream.
You have 2 of your 3 artifacts.
Okay.
The sun, or the sword of light that you're looking for, is supposed to be in some kind of wall of bones or cave of bones or something like that. You haven't seen anything like
Yeah,
that
the
yet.
chandelier or whatever.
Okay.
You're supposed to meet Strahd's enemy at the Wizard's Tower,
Okay. I'm guessing.
who-
Big old check mark there.
who is someone looking for her mentor.
That's a she. We haven't met a she yet.
Oh, okay.
so-
I figured this dude's
So-
Strahd's enemy. I got it. Okay.
No.
So-
I don't
But
think
he's been talking about his apprentice.
Okay.
his
who is a
apprentice. I think
she.
his apprentice has become the
So-
master.
Got it.
So
What are we dealing with you, old man? We don't need you.
Yeah,
We're
get
on
outta
the star
here.
of the show. What are you,
So you're
assistant?
assuming that this woman's probably going to show up sooner or later if
Okay.
you stick around.
bet
Assuming
she'll
the
kill
Vistani
him.
wasn't lying to you.
So basically, yeah, Anna Marie is like, once all this is done, she's definitely gonna like start poking around the wizard's tower. You know, wizard,
course.
and you know, can't turn that down.
Yes.
One wizard to another.
There's stuff in here for me.
That's right.
This is the Paladin's
I
Tower.
get this.
I'd be
This
all,
is kind.
I'd be all
Yeah.
about it if it was you.
I would sit in the main room, but this is the wizard's tower. I'm walking around.
You don't get towers.
You get sewers.
Yeah, safer. And not everyone can see you for miles.
Right?
It's now very late / early in the morning. Well, it's not that super late. It did take you an hour to get here, and it was already midnight. So you're looking at it's 1:32. So Rictavio he's looking a little haggard, a little tired. He's an old man, y'all. So he says if he is happy to answer any more of your questions, but if they're not pressing, he would gladly answer them in the morning. And he's gonna sort of make himself like a little blanket, a very sad blanket cot in the corner, and attempt to get some sleep. There are plenty of windows that are good for keeping lookout, especially if you like brush the dirt off of them.
Like I said, I don't have to sleep, so I'm gonna.
He
I
doesn't know
definitely need to sleep. So
Um,
after I get done poking around, I'm definitely gonna
Okay.
crash out.
Yeah, I'm
that. Go
gonna.
ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
If you want.
Who's making an investigation check?
I am.
You can also poke around Shtigg.
Yeah.
Dirty 20 for Anna Marie.
Looking around.
I mean, that's really not that good considering my like passive investigation is 18. So like, I went. I'm just really good at just like generally like when I look around.
Yeah. My investigation is like massive, and I rolled not so good.
What'd you roll?
I got 21.
You're not gonna tell me that you got a 21.
Well, I rolled a 10 to get there, so I felt a little bit upset in the beginning.
Well, I'm still gonna give you something.
Very smart. Big eyes. See lots.
I just know where to look. I'm a wizard, so I just go to like all the normal wizard hidey hole. I'm just like, this is Wizard College 101 right here.
This is how you do it.
You
Shaving
call this a
cream.
hiding spot?
Yeah, shaving cream
You call
pants.
this a hiding spot?
Totally in here.
What? You're on mute mode.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't on mute mode. I just bumped the cord again.
Oh,
But thank you.
sorry.
This place is pretty barren. However, Anna Marie, you managed to find a spell scroll of Raise Dead.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fancy.
And Shtigg, you're looking around and there's like nothing in this place. Like there's just nothing here. And then you creep by Rictavio and he's like snoring gently. And you notice that he has a ring on one finger and his hat has kind of like fallen off and is laying there, and his hat looks different from what it did before. Like, you're for sure that, like, it's subtle, but you're like for sure that it was like a slightly different hat in Vlecki.
And he's asleep.
Oh yeah, he's like dead asleep.
All right, I'll go ahead and sleight of hand his hat.
Okay.
$28.
Oh yeah, easily. He doesn't even move.
Pick.
Do I see the body?
I didn't kill him. Come on, give me some credit.
You don't see anything. Shtigg is just like kind of wandering around, and he goes past, and then there's like still Rictavio over there. You're pretty sure he wasn't wearing a hat to bed. That would be weird.
I just.
Plus, you just found a scroll of Raised Dead.
That's right.
The best
That's
loot
why I'm.
ever.
That's why I'm asking. I see a skeleton. I'm like, I'm gonna go try this out.
I mean, don't waste it.
See how this really works. See if this really works. Are we talking like Raised Dead or just like Raised Dead?
All right. Well, why don't we take a little tiny break, and then we can come back.
All right.
The raising of the sun, or not, 'cause it's Barovia, but you know.
We're running Rime of the Frostmaid, so trust me, I get it about not really having like sunset and the circadian rhythms. It's been awesome and maddening at the same time. All right, it is 8:45 currently. We'll try to be back in a little less than 5 to 10 minutes for the second half of our third part of 4 tonight. To everybody, thanks for staying with us to this point. Hopefully we will see you on the other side, and we will be right back. Boom, boom. All right.
Yes, Kippy.
We are back after a little scavenge, a little bit of petty theft. You know, because like I said,
Shtigg's gonna love this hat.
Like I said on Twitter, man, we're like literally the worst bunch of heroes to save Barovia. But like, hey, could be worse. We could leave the vampire. Sorry, we stole some stuff. So yeah, so we're back. Everybody's kind of returned from their little thing. Roderigo's just kind of keeping an eye on Arena, and I don't sleep, so I just kind of sit there and stare like creepy. And we'll turn it back over to Litza.
So you guys actually have a nice, long, peaceful rest, and all your hit points are restored. Yay!
Yay! Boom.
Can I do anything with that hat?
You cannot figure out anything with the hat because you are in an anti-magic field.
Womp womp.
I'll just store it away.
Don't throw it away. You're gonna like it, I promise.
No, I mean store it away.
Oh, okay.
Look this.
It's gonna be good, I promise.
Oh well, get out of here.
Oh, this hat shit.
Can I attune to things in an anti-magic field?
I mean,
No.
I'm assuming no.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hold on to the holy symbol.
Yeah.
And
You can always
then-
go outside. pitch a tent outside.
Yeah, no,
That's
I mean,
true.
I don't give a damn. I'll get to it
You
later.
could chill outside. Yeah.
Eh.
You'll have time to do it later.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Maybe.
Sure you will.
No,
Yeah.
you will. I'm not that much of a dick, you guys.
This is our last chance.
This is your last chance.
You're really
but
in
I
the
put
you're
you
really in
an
the far
anti-magic
tower of
field.
Strahd's castle. He's knocking
That
on
was
the door
funny.
downstairs. Ready, go.
Do you answer?
Do you answer? What do you do?
What do you do?
It is the first morning light, which in Barovia is less of light and more of just like a really gray, like depressing haze on the horizon. And
So you'll see Anna wake up in actually a good mood this morning.
oh, very nice. Yeah, so you'll wake up to sort of like the howling of wolves, and you actually hear the beating of horse hooves just like in the distance. And Roderigo, as you're looking out the window, you see coming out of the, like bursting out of the woods onto the causeway to the island, a dark-haired woman is streaking on horseback across the grass bridge toward the tower. And she's kind of hunched over, and she has one hand holding the reins and another hand like clutching her side, and she's sort of like doubled over, as though she's in pain, just trying to stay on back. And howls are echoing up from the woods, and you can see the sky where it's beginning to get lighter gray on the horizon. You can see the shapes of swarms of bats just like coming up from the trees after her. And she's just thundering across this bridge as the howls are getting louder. And all this noise will probably also wake you up too, Shtigg. What would you guys like to do?
Is Victavio awake? Is everybody awake?
Everyone starts stirring at this point.
Hey, old man, I think your apprentice might be home. And I'm gonna kind of run to, I guess, the lift. And
he will also
kind of
do so.
hit a signal to lower us down.
All right. Anyone else jumping on?
I
As the
just
lift
take the
begins to
cane and
descend?
slide straight down it.
All right.
No, I'm reading. I'm reading the tome still.
Okay.
Doing some light reading.
All right. So the platform lowers, and the door apparently doesn't need to be unlocked to be open from the inside, because Rictavio pushes out, and you see the woman collapse off the horse, and it wheels around and takes off back the other back across the bridge. Clearly very spooked.
I'll shut the door behind her. Oh my gosh. What's going on? We need healing.
Yeah, she, you can put her picture up.
Okay. Boom.
Shtigg cares about people who he thinks are valuable.
Yeah, she.
Did we see anything physically chasing her? You said the bats kind of in the sky and the howling of the wolves, but is there anything actually chasing her that we could see before Shtigg closed the door?
As you look out, you do not see anything physically outside of the woods. You can see the bats concentrated above the trees, and you can hear the howls, but nothing is coming out of the tree line.
I'm gonna, I guess, aside from her kind of her posture showing that she's hurt. Is there like bloody clothes, anything? Can I see what's wrong with her?
Yeah, there's a little blood. There's she definitely seems like she's in pain. She has like some scratches on her. Some signs of like magical damage.
I'm gonna kind of not aggressively, but like I'm trying to think what the right word is. Assertively, kind of grab her by the head and twist her head both ways, just to look at her neck to see if she's got any bite marks or anything.
Okay, she will sort of chuckle darkly, and she has like a kind of a low, rich voice, and she'll say, "Don't worry about that. I wouldn't let them get close enough to bite me."
We can never be too sure. We've been fooled and brought here under false pretenses. Who knows what's going to try to keep us here? I'm just going to hit her with a quick level 2 cure wounds.
It doesn't work inside the tower.
Ah, cool. So
she will.
Ooh, that'd be good too.
She'll chuckle and hold her hand up and say, with rest, I will be fine. Save your spells."
Where's that healer's kit? Use that.
Do I have one? Somebody have one?
No, there was one in the Brictavio.
Oh, that's right.
One.
That sounds something Sid would probably have.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it from Sid, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit her with the healer's kit. Just even if she's dismissive about it, and tries to tell me not to bother, I still want to make sure that she's not hurt.
She'll allow it.
Okay.
She'll sort of cast her eyes over everyone who is presently on the first floor, including Rictavio, and she'll say, "Van Richten, you've made new friends, I see."
I'm gonna obviously kind of hit her with the healer's kit for a big 3 hit points, because and the second she calls him by a different name and looks at him, I'm gonna go, okay, this is not really anything to do with me, and I'm gonna kind of stand back and eat some popcorn while I watch them 2 beef.
And he'll say, "It has been a while. I'm sorry for the intrusion. We needed a place to stay after this fine party of adventurers made a fool of the mayor of Valaki and saved quite a few people's lives. They are interested in defeating Strahd." And she's... Are they really? Well, how ambitious of them. Well, I tell you, I almost had him. I almost had him. But he had got a lucky hit in. Bastard. Suppose you'll tell me it's foolish thinking I'd take him on alone.
I understand the need or the desire to.
So you really want to?
I have to.
When? Because this fool, and she points to Rictavio, like, he has been saying that for years. Years! But never will he do it.
I've been here less than 2 days, and it seems we've done more than that. Your master has in the time he's been here. So I believe that the time is now. You'll hear me just kind of like poking my head through the hole.
Now's good. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of, my attitude towards good old VR is gonna be a little different now. It seems like he's just been kind of, dicking around and being the man who knows everything. Very kind of taking the side of the injured apprentice right now. And just kind of giving Mr. VR like some kind of stern looks.
Well, I'm ready for a round 2. She's like still bleeding.
Yeah.
I can heal on the way.
We appear to be one item short of some fortune teller who came to my party mates in a dream. That we seem to be one item short according to this prophecy that she spoke of.
What item? What are you talking about?
Dawn of the sun.
A sword.
You have a sword.
I do. And if this is what is required to rid this land of the monster, then we go now. If not, then lead us to this sword if your master is lacking in desire or ability, and
Balls.
let us
Lacking balls.
and let us make up for what he lacks in urgency, ability, and years.
Balls. I just keep staring at him with the dirtiest cat face I can muster.
I don't know where to find that.
A chandelier of bone.
Does that sound familiar? Do you know of a place made of bone?
Well, maybe. There are only so many places, you know. Graveyards don't count. Bones are buried there, but well, when Strahd first took over Barovia, the castle, it was not empty, obviously. There were people there. They went in, slaughtered everyone. Too many to bury. So, the catacombs are filled with bones.
That sounds perfect.
That is the only thing I can think of.
And we should raid catacombs. You up for that?
I hate catacombs.
Don't worry. I'm very at home. In a catacomb.
I'm gonna look at the apprentice, and if you know where we need to go in urgency is of importance. We have just awoken from sleep, and I say we go now and take only that which we need, and be sure to look at Tavio as I say that.
Gonna take my wagon. I've been saving up a lot of ammunition.
I'm gonna perk up at
Alright.
the phrase ammunition.
Also, I have lots of healing potions in there, so we'll probably be using some of them on myself. No offense.
That sounds fine. We should go before I get mad at Von Richten for being a liar.
She will look at him and not say anything, and it's almost like for a second something unspoken passes between them, and then she will turn and move to step out the door.
I'm gonna,
And Van Richten will step on the platform and have it go up to get the others that are still on the top. Which probably includes Irina. And it was probably just Irina and Anna Marie, actually. And then anything else that was left behind, and everyone's hurried to get down.
I'll walk out the front door behind the apprentice gal and stick my new hat on.
All right. You... I don't think you have to be attuned to it, but let me look it up. Hold on.
if you polymorph into like a half orc, I'm gonna laugh.
You do not have to be attuned. Okay, so you get this sudden feeling that you can cast the disguise self spell from it at will.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Terrible, terrible thing for Shtigg.
I know.
Does it have charges? Like, am I gonna have to sit next to somebody who's just gonna constantly be like changing into like all kinds of shapes as his mood suits?
Just at will.
Oh, great. Like, bro,
Great.
change into something small so you don't take up much space.
It's only disguised self, so it's
only
he's not.
disguise self.
Yeah,
Okay.
he can only just change his appearance, so like a different race or something like
Alright.
that. So
Oh, okay.
Still amazing.
This is gonna be great.
This is like the most chaotic thing I could possibly give Shtigg.
Yes. Yes, it is. We all agree.
Rictavio had it in his stat block. It's not my fault.
Just,
Yep.
just put that on the tee for you, buddy. Here you go. Go ahead and swing away.
So, is Roderigo also following?
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside, kind of wait
Okay.
for everybody, and just kind of shake my head at Shtigg, probably playing with his hat.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at you as you right now. Oh, I'm paladin.
she'll turn and say, I'm Esmeralda, by the way, and she put her hand out to both of you now, and she's like, oh my goodness.
Roderigo, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, by the way, for the healing. I appreciate it.
Of course, that's what paladins do.
I may be smiling, I'm fucking furious. I'm just gonna shake my head and I guess get in the wagon.
Before you do so, the three of you are standing there, a bat flies overhead, and a little piece of paper flutters down from the sky. Go ahead and put up that letter.
Still looking like Roderigo, I jump up like a cat.
And you snatch it.
I got mage hand, so I'm 30 feet above him grabbing that shit.
I'm still trying to get it.
He's like jumping, and there's just like a little hand just like holding it. Oh, kitty, 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 kitty.
I'm like going through Esmeralda's wagon, like pulling stuff out of bags and stuff, going, "Look at me, I'm Shtigg, I'm stealing stuff."
You hear me pipe up? I can make that happen if you'd like.
I'm gonna knock stuff off like the wagon that's like sitting on the wheel wells or something. Be like, "Look at me, I have to knock things off tables." Scratch, scratch, scratch.
I'm doing the paladin mad. It's awesome.
Vengeance paladin, bro. Just remember that. Okay. So,
I'm not asking that question. Whoever eventually ends up with this letter, as everyone finally ends up outside and presumably surrounding it, because it's the most interesting thing that's happening right now. It is a piece of parchment, elegantly distressed around the edges, with a stamp on it.
Oh.
In a red wax seal, rather. And it reads in a handwriting that Anna Maria is now particularly familiar with.
Yeah, that's right.
Says, "My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zarovich." Esmeralda spits on it.
I just drop it as she spits on it.
gross.
I would have preferred not to have held that while you were doing it, my dear, but so be it.
Apologies.
It is clearly a lie that he wishes civilized surroundings. This is what he does. He's a monster. I guess we have to. I mean, we're going to the castle, so I guess we're going. But I don't trust this letter.
No.
It says obvious as shit.
But yet you trusted the other letter.
Well, I know it's a lie now. The cake can only be a lie until the cake is only real until you know it's a lie.
Well, you loved that lie cake earlier.
I did.
It was good. It was good lie cake.
Now, no. This is sawdust the whole time. Fuck this. Yeah, so I'm gonna, kind of mean mug the letter. I'm not gonna spit on it. That's rude. But yeah, I'm gonna be pretty angry and once again kind of with Esmeralda and all this. Like, yeah, girl, get him.
She'll be like, "All right. It's a bit of a journey, but it won't take that long." And she'll approach the wagon, but from the side, not even heading towards the padlocked doors. And then she gets down on the ground on her back and shimmies underneath and opens up a hatch door on the bottom. And then she just is gone up inside.
Nice.
And
So are we not going to the catacombs? Are we just I'm confused. We just get a letter that just drops into our hands and we're like, you know what?
You don't need me. He invited you over.
Yeah.
Just make your... It's over there. It's on the big fucking hill. You can't miss it. Bye. Good luck. I wasn't invited.
And then she, you hear a voice coming from near the bottom, And she's like, "You'll have to crawl up inside. It's the only safe way in."
Oh.
I'm gonna let Shtigg go first.
Oh yeah, I turn back into my normal Shtigg self and crawl under there and shimmy in.
As soon as you're inside, you see you see that the inside of the back doors is like completely booby trapped. Like even like an attempt at opening those doors would send the whole freaking wagon sky high. Like the inside of it is completely wired with explosives.
I let out a sigh of relief. Try to
This speed.
I know, right?
There's like 100 flasks of alchemist's fire at least.
Just tell him to meet us in the lawn. We
Inside
burst
of
through the
this
gate, set
wagon.
this bitch on fire. Done. Later. I'm gonna politely gesture for Anna Marie to go. I'm kind of big, so I'm awkward. I don't want to like have a hard time getting in through this little hatch and keep delayed everybody. I want to make sure everybody goes before me.
I'm gonna ask you to strike me.
Right?
And you just don't worry.
Like,
Yeah, don't worry.
God.
Now's your chance.
I know, but like Roderigo's dumb, man. He's just gonna fall for this shit. Be like, punch me, okay?
Pop.
All right, that's gonna be a 19 to hit.
As a reaction, I am going to use my Atlas of Endless Horizons, and I am just gonna disappear as you attempt to hit me.
Nice.
I just needed him to hit me to use it, so.
That's very cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm now inside.
Very cool.
Cool.
I don't get it. You'll just hear I don't get on the ground for anybody.
So did I actually punch you, or like did I
Nope.
hit? Okay, good. 'cause
You
I
hit
was like,
nothing.
there's
You,
nothing.
you just
Fine.
hyperextended your
I'm
elbow.
okay with that. Like, just the idea that I punched you and then you're gone. I'm like, great. I don't need this. Just me and Shtigg.
Esmeralda gives you just like an impressed look and a little nod, and then she'll motion to what's actually a little. Let me show you. I should have uploaded this, but I didn't. There's actually like a little cot in the very back of the wagon. There it goes. You see it's like right there.
Okay, yeah.
So she'll motion, and there's enough room for you and Shtigg to sit down up there, and then she's actually gonna go out the trapdoor, and she'll say, "Someone will have to sit in the driver's seat, but I'm afraid it's very small, so unless you wish to cling to the outside, make
Wait.
yourself comfortable inside."
All right, is everybody else in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
your
I mean,
other two companions will get in, and
I'm gonna get my big giant plate wearing ass down, which is probably gonna be an ordeal. Shimmy on the ground, also an ordeal. And then I
Yeah.
guess what? Try to bend at the waist and climb my giant ass through this thing. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's-
do it.
it's pretty high off the ground. Like
Okay.
the wheels are decently big.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you know why I just teleported in.
So yeah, I'm gonna be all dusty and gross
Yeah.
as I shimmy
And
my way under and I guess in.
Yeah.
All big plate wearing. So sorry if there's no more room.
There is a giant chest that would be a very decent place to sit.
That's perfect.
And Shtigg, Van Richten definitely lied to you. There is so much treasure in here.
I'm starting to realize that.
Yeah, there's the big wooden trunk that you're currently sitting on. Roderigo has it's first of all it's covered with claw marks, but it has a battle axe, a flail, a morning star, a light crossbow, and 10 silvered crossbow bolts in it. There is a very narrow wardrobe with fine clothes, traveler's clothes, a bunch of shoes, a harlequin mask, and 3 wigs in it. And also several kits, including a disguise kit, a healer's kit, and a poisoner's kit. There's a lyre with golden strings. There's a wooden cage holding a chicken and 5 chicken eggs. There is a set of cards.
Breakfast.
Yeah. There's a set of copper pots and pans, 3 sets of manacles, a shovel, a wooden chest with a gold holy symbol on it that's probably worth at least 100 gold, 3 vials of holy water, some perfume, antitoxin, a sharpened wooden stake, and a spyglass. Anna Marie, you spot some spell scrolls. And on the wall, covering like almost an entire wall, is a huge map, hand-drawn, of Barovia with like a lot of places marked, most of which you have not been to.
This is the
And
weirdest
probably
tour
won't.
bus ever.
It's a lot. Like, it's jam-packed full of stuff. You
It's
guys
like-
can find places to sit, but barely.
I slide that poisoner's kit into my robe.
Totally.
I'm gonna jack the holy water and the steak.
Okay. There's 3 vials of holy water
Yeah.
and 2 vials of antitoxin if you happen to want those. I don't know if they'll come in.
I'm immune to poison,
Handy?
so I'm good.
Okay.
What
Look,
spell
everyone
scrolls
else.
do I find?
There is a major image and a remove curse.
Ooh.
Nice.
So definitely
Ow.
throughout the couple of hours that it takes to, I honestly, I'm literally the worst at how long it takes to get places just by looking at a map. It's at least a couple of hours, if not several hours, over kind of bumpy terrain. But you would have time to scour this wagon thoroughly, and pretty much ransack it for everything that's in here. And yeah, there's like quite a lot of nice fancy stuff. It kind of looks like if somebody's like lifelong, I've pared down my possessions to only the most expensive stuff.
Tiny home living.
Like my ideal fantasy, just living in a carnival wagon with only really nice, like a
Is it
lyre with,
Scooby-Doo?
a lyre with golden strings worth 50 gold. How freaking cool is that?
I
My favorite.
feel
My
like
favorite thing.
I feel like a lyre's just like fantasy ukulele. Like it's cool, but like, what do you really do? It's got what, 4 strings?
But with golden strings, though, like why? It's totally unnecessary.
For some reason, people got gold toilet.
It just does.
Just cause.
Just cause.
Just cause.
Yep. And eggs for if you get hungry, even though there's nothing to cook. You don't technically need to cook them, I guess.
Do the old
Good thing
Rocky.
you guys have rations. And Anna Marie has some foraged stuff.
Yeah, I got some
Oh,
herbs and
definitely
stuff.
eat.
You know.
Herbs. Some herbs.
Shtigg is definitely gonna snack on the way there.
Oh yeah. So as you're traveling, since we have a tiny bit of time, this is a thing that I like to do during travel montages. I want each of you to share a story about either your character's backstory or just something about your character in general that would come up in in conversation as you guys just spend hours of time together. like, it's a long time. Even for the most sort of stoic and reserved character, you spend long enough with time with people, and like stuff about yourself is going to come up. So it's kind of up to you what you decide to share. But yeah, just sort of any story that you haven't, preferably that you haven't shared before, that you'd like to say about your character. That maybe this possibly might be the last chance that we really get to do in character roleplay, that you'd like to put out there.
Shtigg is obviously the most vocal, so he'll go first. He'll talk about how he, to get where he is now and is an assassin, he talks about how he grew up on the street. He basically had no parents, and he made a living just robbing people until one day someone came to him and offered him major gold to kill someone for him. And he took the gold and went and killed the guy. And the guy happened to be a rich man that owned a huge manse. And instead of going and telling him that he succeeded at the mission, Shtigg just stayed in the manse. And when the guy who hired him came to inquire about it, Shtigg killed him too, and buried him underneath the manse. And he still lives in that manse today, and he basically lives like a lavish, rich merchant. And yeah, no one's ever come to bother him after that, because people that show up at his manse tend to disappear. So
Nice.
so yeah, I live in like a 4-story luxurious mansion.
Amazing.
I'm gonna talk to Esmeralda. It's like what you said earlier about people not being able to leave Barovia is not entirely true. At least not for everybody. I've lived here. I have suffered under Strahd, and I have died many, many times. But this last time, something chose to save me and bring me back the same as always, but not a slave of the mind like everybody else here. And it gave me the purpose that if I would swear an oath to rid this land of Strahd, that I would get my life and my freedom back. And all of the people of this land deserve that which I have been given, that I am willing to die for. And I do this not for myself, for I am already free. I do this for everybody else here, so that they may enjoy this freedom that I have without the cost that I had to pay.
That is very noble of you.
So you'll see Anne-Marie kind of just sit back and listen to everybody's story. And you'll see her kind of reach into her pouch and take out a pipe and pack it up. And she'll start smoking a pipe. And as she does, you'll see the smoke. As she exhales, it starts forming around Roderigo. And the smoke just kind of tends to just hang around Roderigo for a while. And as it does, you'll see the smoke then just kind of move to the bottom of the cart and then just kind of like raise up to where like on like a shelf, and you'll see basically like a smoke marionette story play out of Roderigo's life and of his like great achievements as he tells Esmeralda of his life and deaths.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
And I use my pipe of remembrance as he did that.
That's fucking rad, dude.
Does Anna Marie wanna?
So, as I'm just kind of like smoking the pipe, you'll see me just kind of I wish to leave this place. It seems false pretenses brought me here, though I don't regret coming, for it seems evil is all around. The world that I come from is no stranger to evil deeds, to evil people. I can't say that I haven't done my fair share of evil deeds, but who hasn't? There are things I wish to do, and if leaving this place is a chance, I will take it. I will not be trapped here. I will not spend my days trapped here.
None of us shall. I'm going to say confidently. Just to, I guess, reassure Anna Marie that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that nobody, us included, ever has to deal with this again or anymore.
Ever. This place sucks.
We shall be out of here soon, Shtigg. Once I have not only my vengeance, but vengeance for everyone, we shall all be free.
Yes, and I will be rich. More rich than I am now. That stupid merchant. He had a big pot of gold, which is mine now.
You mean it again, Mary?
Shtigg just looks all happy about that. I don't think we can hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was having trouble. Go ahead and put up the picture of the castle. And
Boom.
so you guys can hear her and she can hear you guys. There's a little hatch in the front between like a sort of window where Esmeralda's in the driver's seat driving, that's opened, and through it up forward in the distance you can kind of see the castle and the narrow road, like almost a narrow bridge. Like it's a very, very narrow road, and then the drawbridge that you'll have to pass over in order to enter the castle. And after winding through hours of forest and then getting up into craggy mountain peaks. The road takes a sudden turn, and you can see the castle just towering in front. And there are twin guard towers and then a 50-foot wide fog-filled chasm that just disappears into unknown depths. The lower drawbridge of old wooden beams stretches across to the castle courtyard. And a rotting wooden portcullis, which is green with mold, hangs above the entry tunnel. And as you go through it, you see the main doors of the castle standing open. And a rich, warm light is spilling from inside the castle, flooding the courtyard. And torches are sputtering in sconces on both sides of the open doors. Inside the courtyard, thick, cold fog is swirling, and a dismal splattering of rain starts falling. And as Esmeralda pulls the wagon to a stop, lightning brightens the sky, followed with peals of thunder that are so loud that it seems like the whole castle shudders. And beyond the ornate outer doors of the castle, you can see a second set of doors 20 feet inside. And Esmeralda will turn and say, well, shall we go inside?
Yes, let us bring freedom to these people and ourselves. And despite being all big and awkward and having a hard time getting in, I'm gonna get the hell out and be all paladin-y about it.
All right. If anyone wants to take some alchemist's fire flasks, there are plenty inside, but it would take a sleight of hand check to sort of detach them from the 100 other flasks of alchemist's fire
Gotcha.
that are lining the inside of the.
I'll do it. I'll
Alright.
try and snatch like 5 of them.
Okay.
My sleight of hand. It's 29.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to do it without blowing anything up. Everyone looks really nervous there for a second, though.
Yeah, I'm like, don't worry, I'm very good.
I am a professional.
Yeah, I'm outside, barely aware that you could blow us up at any moment. It just completely comes as a shock to me.
Yeah, Esmeralda too. She doesn't know what's going on at all.
Well, she. I got them all stowed away now.
All right. And because it is now like lightning, thundering, and raining out, she's going to take off towards the entrance with Roderigo, and presumably the rest of you are following as you exit. So
Yeah.
You're all pretty close behind each other.
Yeah, I'll absolutely go first and not even kind of wait for either Esmeralda or Van Richten. I'm not,
Van Richten stayed behind in the Wizard's Tower
that's
with
right.
Irina.
That's right.
Yeah.
He just rode the
So
elevator up like a punk herd.
Yep.
All right.
He was all, I will keep her safe.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna just not even worry about Esmeralda. and just kind of make it's through like an open set of doors, through like a foyer, and then like another set of doors.
There's an open set of doors, and as soon as you approach them, you notice that in this inner foyer, there's this vaulted ceiling, and inside there are 4 stone statues of dragons, and they're glaring down at you with their eyes flickering in the torchlight, and they're sort of just prowling around, like on the ceiling, like on the outcropping at the top of the ceiling, watching you.
Ugh.
And there is a closed set of doors across from there. They're not attacking. They definitely seem menacing, but they're staying up there.
Okay.
So.
You know what? I'm barely even gonna kind of pay them any mind. Yeah, I saw them. Not here for them. And then just kind of, like I said, resolutely make my way to the closed set of doors.
As soon as you get within 10 feet of the second doors, they swing open to reveal a grand hall. And as soon as they open, you can hear organ music sort of in the distance, like coming from somewhere inside of this castle.
That's so metal. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All right, so the doors opened on their own, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like they were like automatic swinging doors. They just opened for you.
Without even like breaking stride or even taking a moment to see what's on the other side of these doors that just opened without me. Still straight beeline for straight ahead. I love organ music.
Yeah, you're in a large room with 4 giant pillars going very high up. And Esmeralda is following. Are the rest of you following as well? Just double checking.
Yeah, there are 2 Sids walking around right now, though.
Okay, awesome. 2. Let me get my bearings. To your left, Roderigo, is a very wide staircase heading up. Before you, another set of double doors, and to your right, another sort of slightly less large foyer area. And coming down the stairs, you see, well, first the everything is lit by torches. It's very like Phantom of the Opera-esque, with like these flickering torches, and especially now that there's like organ music, which seems to be coming somewhere to your right.
Okay.
So this hall is dimly lit by spluttering torches and iron sconces, and they're casting shadows through cobwebs that are stretched between the columns, and it's all like very atmospheric. And there are 8 stone gargoyles squatting along the rim of the domed ceiling, and there are cracked and faded ceiling frescoes that are just covered with decay. And in front of you, the double doors are made of bronze. And to your right is where the organ music is coming, which is just sort of like another empty space. And then where the stairway is coming down, you see a man descending, and you can see that he has the pointed ears of an elf. This is the first elf that you've seen in Barovia. And he has brown skin and long black hair. and he's descending quiet as a cat and with very graceful, fluid movement. And he's wearing black studded leather with a gray cloak, and you can see a very polished, shiny scimitar hanging from his belt. And he says, "My master is waiting for you." And he motions toward where you can hear the organ music coming from. And if you turn, you can see that, like, far to the right is another set of double doors that you kind of have to turn almost all the way around to see.
Does he gesture like in the direction that we should?
He gestures in
Okay.
that direction, yeah. And he pauses just a couple of feet up the staircase.
I whisper to Anna, "Look how shiny his sword is. He never uses it."
It's a show blade. Strictly pomps.
Just a pro.
Yeah, while they're, debating homie's dress attire, I'm gonna, I guess, move towards the direction he's gesturing,
Okay.
and just keep kind of going.
Yeah, Esmeralda will follow you, narrowing her eyes at this elf who has a very, like, cool, cold aura about him. And you notice a scar across his forehead also. And these doors don't open for you, but you can easily push them open.
Before I do, real quick, are the gargoyles like decorative, or are they like Dungeons and Dragons gargoyles, where they're like actually things?
Poke one.
It's way up there.
Oh.
Plus, dog, I don't got a lot of spell slots, and I don't got a lot of way of saying "fuck that thing over there."
They are stone and
Okay.
they are motionless.
Okay, all right, so they're decorative gargoyles.
He doesn't answer,
So
but
far as you can tell, they're decorative. Not ruling anything out.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, it just.
My notes say that they're motionless.
Okay. I'm gonna give a slight regard to Strahd's valet, and
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I'm gonna just keep going, and
Strahd's homeboy.
if I can basically determine that the organ music is coming from the doors, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, as soon as you open it, organ music spills out. And it's very bombastic and ostentatious.
Nice.
And you can put up that final photo.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun 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 dun.
And you see the back of a man sitting at an organ, playing his no longer beating heart out, and he has the popped collar of a black cloak and this giant pipe organ before a banquet table that is filled with a feast of food that is standing before you. And
I won't lie, Shtigg likes his style.
And there are 3 enormous crystal chandeliers that are brilliantly illuminating this, like, huge banquet hall. And the walls are made of white marble, supported by pillars of stone. And most of the room is taken up by this huge table covered by a white satin cloth and just piled with delicacies that are way nicer than anything you've seen in Barovia so far. So roots and herbs and sweet fruits and vegetables and some kind of meat that's basted in a savory sauce. And each chair has fine china and silverware that looks like actual silver, and crystal goblets filled with some kind of amber liquid that smells really good. And against the far wall, past this table, is a massive organ between two floor-to-ceiling mirrors. And sitting away from you is who you are certain is Strahd. And he is pounding the keys until all of you have entered, at which point he suddenly stops. And as a deep silence fills the hall, he slowly turns toward you.
Your playing is amazing.
Why, thank you, friends. Welcome to my castle. Please dine with me.
Okay. Shtigg is like totally fucking mind blown. He's like, this is all I've ever wanted. And this guy's got it.
So it's the 5 of us and Esmeralda.
And Esmeralda, yes,
Okay.
That's correct.
I'm gonna defer to her on this. Do we just take this dude's invitation, just sit down to dinner? Hey, dog, I know we're here to kill you, but that looks banging. Can I? let's eat.
Hey, we can do a civilized slaying. You know.
They had Christmas in the trenches.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I kind of like his style.
Yeah, I'm gonna defer to Esmeralda.
Okay. You notice that her eyes are just narrowed at him, like she's trying to work something out in her mind.
All right, I'm gonna hang kind of close to her, if even is he still like sitting there, and
yeah, he's still sitting at the organ bench,
okay.
And he'll say, please, you're my guests. Sit if you like, or feel free to explore the castle. As I said, I am no threat to you. I am merely your host.
Shtigg will pull up a chair and sit down and start making a plate of food.
Okay, smells really good.
Oh yeah, I'm smelling everything as a poisoner in my own right.
Yeah.
I'm looking for any hint of any nightshade or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead and make
Oh shit.
make an intelligence check. You can add your proficiency modifier because of your like poisoner's kit proficiency.
Okay. 3 and my proficiency. There you go. 4. So 23.
Okay. You're checking everything out, like the smell, the look of it, any like oily surface on the drink, anything like that, and you're not picking up hints at anything. Like all this stuff just looks clean to you.
Then I dig in.
Okay. Yeah. No weird tastes. Everything seems on the up and up.
All right. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna draw my sword and like very rudely sit at the table,
Okay.
just barely short of like putting my feet on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my sword like across like my place setting and like my smashed glasses or whatever. Don't care. And then I'm just gonna kind of sit there like you did when you were a child and you were forced to sit at dinner, like you're just pissed and pouting. I'm gonna do that except I have a sword in front of me.
Okay.
You're so terse.
I
Maybe
guess
treat-
Anna Marie will, be polite and take a seat. Make a
Esmeralda-
drink. Definitely make a drink.
Okay. Yeah, you. The amber liquid is definitely some kind of like hard apple cider or some equivalent.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's nice. It smells good. It's
Alright.
high quality.
She's gonna,
I'm drinking it.
make a note of it.
And like ask Strahd for recipe.
Well, there's a chance it might be in the book that she has. You never know. She hasn't finished reading the whole thing yet. It's his manifesto. You never know what's in there.
It all began when I hated my brother's girlfriend and I realized I really loved apple cider. Here's my recipe for it.
Hint of cinnamon. Just a hint.
I'm going to make it very clear that I'm not eating or drinking anything. Sit there all mad.
Esmeralda will move over to a chair next to you and take the back of it, and she's still kind of debating whether to sit down. And it's been maybe around, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds or so since you guys have, since Strahd's turned and started talking to you, and you guys have, sat, Shtigg started eating, and the whole time he's kind of been sitting in silence observing, and then he lets out this mocking laugh and disappears.
Whoa. The second he disappears, I run up to the organ.
I'm gonna,
It's very loud.
I'm gonna smash everything on the table. Just
Jesus.
knock all the glasses over. I'm actually gonna knock food out of Stig's hand. Don't eat that. Bam.
Roderigo will not get any sort of invitation to any sort of family get-togethers.
You are not allowed in my mess. Not one time.
I'm not accepting hospitality from somebody who is essentially
Devil incarnate.
yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Fuck your food, man. Doesn't make me a bad person. I think it makes me a good person.
If you're gonna do that, I'll leave the keyboard or the organ and start trying to gather up what I can.
This
no,
bone-chilling, as you guys are doing this, a bone-chilling wind just sweeps through the hallway, and all of the lights are guttered out.
Shit.
And you
Fine.
can hear the screech of hinges throughout the castle as several ancient doors are just slamming shut.
Just trying to get as much of these potatoes in my mouth.
And you can hear the portcullis clanging shut and the drawbridge pulling up. And finally, the doors to this room also slam shut.
Sorry, I destroyed the table, you guys. This might be on me. I knew you would take it personally. Okay, well, I'm gonna honestly say doors closed better than open. Doors opening means something could be behind it coming for us. We pretty much seem pretty cool with what's going on in here. Provided those gargoyles only appear motionless.
They
Yeah.
probably are here to fuck up people who mess up the table.
Yeah, dude, I'm good with my decision. I'm comfortable in what I've done. Do it again.
I'm full and I'm pleased. If I gotta die right now, then I'm dying in my favorite state.
I didn't even get to drink my drink. I just kind of lifted it up, and then these two started smashing stuff. So I just kind of just set it down, and
There's one intact goblet left.
Yeah, it's just
Anna Maria's goblet.
like, I just wanted to. I really just want to go back home so I can have one peaceful night of drinking.
We shall be home soon enough. And I'm just gonna kind of like start screaming, "Do you hear me, Strahd?" Smash. Like, starting to like throw the chairs and stuff. So there were mirrors, yeah?
Yeah, there were two giant
Not anymore.
floor-to-ceiling mirrors.
Yeah, I mean I'm already dead, so you know, the hell with your bad luck. I'm gonna smash both mirrors.
Okay, awesome.
And like just like Motley Crue 1986, and this is a hotel room. I'm just gonna trash the place.
Cool.
Fuck this dude and fuck his house.
All
Kind
right.
of shit.
Are you doing anything to the organ in particular?
You don't touch the organ.
No, Shtigg seemed pretty into it, and like I don't know, I have a soft spot for organ music. So no, mostly just I guess things that like are kind of indicative of Strahd.
Everything else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I imagine the organ came with the house.
We can talk about our favorite organ musicians now. We have a bonding point.
Yeah, and I'm just
I
gonna
feel
even if everybody just thinks I'm a crazy person, like people still sitting at the table, I'm gonna be trashing their stuff. Excuse me. Ah!
awesome. I'm sure Maul
Roderigo
is
and
like just
Shtigg.
eating stuff off the floor.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah,
having
you
the
know
time
he's
of
just
his
sitting there
life.
just fucking slobbering. Clank, 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 clank.
You think this is great? Having a great time.
Sorry, y'all. We got a little out of control there.
I mean, it's a dream, right? You just fuck up a huge table full.
Shtigg, make an intelligence check. Sure.
Okay.
What he's stuffing in his pockets wasn't potatoes.
This is the brains of. 15.
Okay. When you were over there banging on the organ, you noticed there was something weird with some of the keys.
Oh.
Like some of them were really sticky, and you thought that was weird.
Gross.
All right. I'll go back over to that organ and kind of go boing until I get to a sticky key.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely find like 3 of them in a row that are like stickier. That one in the middle is definitely like
The stickiest.
definitely the stickiest.
Like somebody
See.
spilled juice on it. Help me out. I got a kid, man. I know what sticky is. My kid spills shit on stuff all the time. So like, is it sticky like a door sticks, or like sticky like I said, like my kid touched it?
Like door sticks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's harder to press down. It doesn't come up as easy. But there are also like multiple lines of keys, and that's just on one of the lines.
Oh. I look over and I go, I think there's something to this organ. I don't think it's a regular just music machine. I'll kind of like real lightly with my thievy fingers kind of poke all the keys until I feel a difference.
I just imagine you like big fat fingers, just like little teeny claws, just kind of ting ting ting
Just a
ting
little-
ting
just
ting
with the
ting.
little claws.
Little beans, little cat
Yeah,
beans
just-
playing the organ.
You find one key like per level that's like that's stickier than the rest of them.
All right. And then
And there's like 5 levels.
I'll hit them in sequence.
Nothing happens. Yeah, and nothing happens.
I'll hit them in reverse sequence.
Well, nothing happens.
I'll hit 2 at once and then 2 at once.
Uh-huh.
Kind of lean in and ding with my chin on the next one.
and nothing happens. And you feel like you're missing something. Sure, for sure that should have worked.
God damn it. I'll start looking around, like really investigating the hell out of this organ. Just
Okay.
like
Make an
sniffing and looking.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, this is probably my only crit I'll ever roll. But I done did it. That is a 31.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Okay. So you figure out so you notice a couple of things.
I know the make.
You know why it's out of tune.
That's right. First of all, you notice some scuffing on the floor where this organ is definitely shifted back and forth before. So you're like, oh yeah, this thing definitely is supposed to move. You also notice that there are some foot pedals down on the ground. And you're like, you bet that one of those is supposed to also be used.
Big fat
unlo-
feet are gonna
In
bong
this,
bong bong.
like unlocking sequence that you're doing.
What are you calling fat feet, human? I'll look over all angry at you. Who are you calling fat feet, Manny? You're the fine. Leave me alone.
And I'm also going to give you a use of advantage because you rolled nat 20. So you can use a luck point sometime in the future because you rolled a crit on kind of a not super, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a not life-threatening situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
He
Well,
just becomes a savant at the.
all of a sudden I'm like,
He
You
just
get
kind of like
proficiency in
flips his
organ.
hair back. He's like, okay, now that I've
I'm gonna make
warmed
it do
up.
what it do, baby. It's gonna be so good. I'm even gonna stop trashing the house.
You see Strahd just kind of like poke in from a
He
corner.
like pokes his head in like,
Punk me out. I'm gonna take my feet and kind of feather the pedals.
yeah, one of them is definitely like more, it's like stickier.
I'll give it a good, and then hit 2 and 2 and
And as soon as you chin that other one, your whole body moves as the organ shoves out from the wall.
oh, I leap off of the organ.
And there is a big hole in the wall behind where the organ was, leading to a secret passageway.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah, baby.
And I go look over at my party and go, "You may not know what this is because you're clunky and stupid, but this is a secret passage. I've seen lots of these." I'll poke my head in and give it a sniff and look around.
It actually doesn't smell bad. It kind of smells like the outdoors. Like you can smell fresh air, and you see a room that is filled with mirrors. It's like somebody collected all of the mirrors in the castle and put them in this room. You also see arrow slots that are looking down into the courtyard below. You can see Esmeralda's wagon down there.
Nice.
But it's not just this room. There's also a what do you call it? A path, a hallway. God damn it! There's also a hallway.
An indoor
leading-
cave.
Yeah, there's also a hallway leading off. So it's not like, oh, there you go, dead end. No, it's definitely like curving around like the side of. It's all enclosed, so you can't like leave. But yeah.
I'll I'll walk out to where the group can't see me, and then I'll come
Mhm.
back in looking like Anna. Come with me. Still my same Shtigg voice. Then I move my head back and come back dressed like Roderigo. Come on, hurry up.
There's more shit to break.
I'm gonna take a break from smashing everything. I feel like I've really done some good work. I feel very
You've done a great
feel
job.
very cathartic. After like
yeah.
really, I'm probably tired. I might have to take like a point of exhaustion.
A little rest.
You out of spell slots? You need a long rest? No, man. I just trashed this big ass house. I'm exhausted. And I'm gonna kind of peek. How big is the secret room?
The secret room is about 10 feet by 10 feet.
Okay, so it's not very big.
No, it's also stuffed full of mirrors.
So it looks bigger.
So, yeah, so it's... There's not a lot of standing room.
Shtigg, what are you doing? Are you going down the hallway, or are you just kind of shuffling everybody into the room that you're so proud you found?
I mean, if no one's gonna follow me, then I'm gonna start prowling around down this hallway here.
I mean, we don't have any other option than to go that way. Remember all the doors like slammed shut
Yeah.
and locked us in?
I look behind me and I start using my cat-like, well, exactly like a cat, sneakiness.
I think we can go ahead and put up the map.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's fine that you guys can see the map. I don't have a problem with you guys seeing the whole map and knowing where you are.
Let me just see. Let's try to get it in there as big as possible. All right, there we go. And then I'll put it up in the Discord.
Yeah. So you guys see the banquet hall with the big ass organ, presumably on the left side of the map. And then there's the little tiny room behind the organ, and that's where you guys are right now.
Okay.
So the hallway is more like a very little tiny hallway to a big long hallway.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna kind of, I mean, not stealthily, just because, you know,
You can't.
yeah, I'm a big refrigerator, basically.
Also, Strahd pretty much knows where you are right now.
I mean, yeah, I did just trash his living room, so yeah, I guess hiding's out of the question. So yeah, in that regard, I'm gonna kind of just clank my way down the hallway behind, just following Shtigg, I guess.
I'm a good 30 feet out from Roderigo.
Cool. Yeah, so
Kind of
that bigger room that is marked K12 is a turret post. And it's about 30 foot wide, octagonal. And you can see frescoes that are on the ceiling, but they're so faded with age that you can't even make out what they are. And it's just lined with tall, thin arrow slits. And it's just, again, it's from the outside, it would just look like one of those turrets that archers would stand at in a fight. And then there is a long hallway going off of that that leads to a spiral staircase that goes both up and down.
Is there any lighting? All the torches and stuff went out. What, when Strahd bounced?
Yeah. So yeah, there will be a little bit of light in the secret room and then in that bigger turret room.
Okay.
Because of outside light coming in through the turret, through the arrow slits, but inside the castle itself, no.
You can't see.
I can't.
It'll be pretty dark.
No, I'm dead. I'm
dead.
Yeah, I'm just dead. I don't, I can't see in the dark. So as it gets darker, I'm gonna kind of, I guess, grab onto Shtigg's cloak and just kind of hold on to it. This way I have like something to anchor me in the darkness.
All right.
Esmeralda will hold on to you then if we're not doing light sources. Because she can't see either.
I'm laughing to myself. Humans.
I cast dark vision on myself.
Oh, fine, wizard.
Party pooper.
All that utility.
I see you guys start like hunching up and like grabbing each other's cloaks, and I
Grabbing
just
the
kind of
wall
like,
and stuff.
yeah, I just kind of like stand there and just start shaking my head.
And Esmeralda will say, if you wish to find your room full of bones, I suggest we go down.
Then we shall. But keep your voice down. And I start heading down.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, yeah. Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah. Keep it down, Esmeralda. Clang.
Let me find the map. There's so many maps. Why is this castle so big?
Every time I'm walking around as Shtigg sneaking, I think of the Pink Panther theme. Yeah, he's kind of like on his head, on his butt a little bit. His shoulders are all like moving up and down.
With the weird like high-end xylophone. As you tiptoe your way through the darkness.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I sound like somebody banging two trash can lids together. I'm the cymbal crash if there was that in the Pink Panther song.
You are the living cymbal crash.
Yo, this remix slaps, boy.
It's got some shit to it.
Yeah.
So, 40 feet down, the staircase finally comes to an end. It's a very tight spiral staircase, and there's not a lot of airflow. Very like cold, slight breeze. And the further down you go, it gets colder and a little moister. And when you finally reach the bottom, there's a long, hollow sigh of wind and cold that seems to emanate from an open archway in the wall. And to your left, you can see some barracks. I think those are barracks. I don't know what they are. Or some kind of like storage compartments, maybe?
Ooh. I'll poke my head in there and give it a sniff. Take a look around.
Yeah. Everything seems just really, really old and forgotten, and not much remains. Everything down here is made of stone, and seems to be forgotten by time.
Nice. Probably nothing worth gathering in here.
And you see a door at the far end of the hall.
Shtigg, I take it you can see in the dark, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go where you go, holding on to your cloak.
I'm just telling you where we're headed. There's a door at the hall.
And Roderigo, you get sort of a sickly feeling from this closed door up ahead. Like, it's almost like a bad smell, but it's not a bad smell. It's more deep than that. It feels like you've gotten a lot of this whole place is just like bad vibes, right? Like it's Barovia. It's like undead bad vibes.
Straight up
But
not
this
having
place-
a good time.
Yeah, but this place is like especially to you as a paladin, giving you wicked bad vibes. Like something really bad happened behind this door, and it is lingering.
Okay. I'm gonna let Shtigg's cape go, and I guess you're just gonna keep going, right? Relevant to me holding on, and then after I get like some space between us, I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the sword for just in case A, and B. I imagine the flaming sword is probably the same as a torch, so I get
Yeah.
some actual
You
light
hear
in this
Esmeralda
thing.
go, "Oh, thank God."
So yeah, now that I guess everybody can see,
Yeah.
flaming sword. I'm gonna kind of Shtigg can probably see better whatever the hell he's trying to steal,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm gonna go to the
What?
door and kind
Okay.
of check everybody behind me and see if we're all ready to go do this thing.
All right. Yeah, everybody is there and safe so far as you can tell. And the door is just a very old wooden door.
I'll put my ear up against the door, see if I can hear anything on the other side.
I'll make a perception check.
Perception. 16.
You don't hear anything.
Nothing's there. I open the door.
The light from your sword, Roderigo, reveals dark stains covering the floor. Large oak tables, scarred and beaten, lay scattered like toys about the...
What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Thought we just got to the part what's in the room.
I know. What a drop. No. I need to steal things. Come on.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Come back.
What's in the box?
Technical difficulties. All right, let me make a timestamp note here so we can edit this out for the YouTube.
Yeah. And cut. And cut.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that. And
Are you kidding?
yeah, we literally said the exact same thing.
What did you hear last?
Toys.
Yeah, something toy.
The word
All right.
toys.
Okay. All right. Large oak tables, scarred and beaten, lay scattered like toys about the room, their wood crushed and splintered. Replacing them are furnishings made entirely of human bones. The walls and 20-foot-high vaulted ceiling are a sickly yellow color, not because of faded or time-worn plaster, but because they are adorned with bones and skulls arranged in a morbidly decorative fashion, giving the room a cathedral-like quality. 4 enormous mounds of bones occupy the corners of this ossuary, and garlands of skulls extend from these mounds to a chandelier of bones that hangs from the ceiling above a long table constructed of bones in the center of the room. 10 chairs made of bones and festooned with decorative skulls surround the table, resting atop which is an ornate bowl-shaped vessel made of yet more bones. The doors to the north and south are sheathed in bone, but the steel-banded double doors in the center of the east wall are not. Above these eastern doors is mounted the skull of a dragon.
This place is so awesome.
Terrible acoustics in here.
That's good. We don't need it bouncing off the walls. Shtigg is just fucking impressed.
This is nope.
Yeah,
nope.
Esmeralda's also just staring like, what the fuck?
Yeah, nope.
Yeah. So is this room lit by anything, or it's just a whole big room of nope?
It does not seem to be lit by anything. You can immediately tell this whole place is desecrated.
Sure.
Just not purposefully, just because it's so freaking full of dead shit that should not be like this.
You don't want to go down that road.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. You remember that time
They
you
say
got the room full of bones? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
They say it's haunted.
And laying on the bone table is something that looks like the sheath or the handle of a sword, but just like no sword, just a handle.
I'll use my telekinesis to pick it up.
Okay. Yeah,
Kinda
it's light
put it
enough
in.
that. Okay.
Nothing
It's,
tried to kill me for it.
Nothing to see here.
no, nothing in the room seems to be moving. You do not sense anything. And as you grasp it, you feel like you can like turn it on
Oh,
as a bonus action.
I look over at Roderigo and turn into Roderigo and light it up.
And it is a sun sword. It is a blade of pure radiance. And it emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for another 15 feet. And it is sunlight, which you guys haven't seen since you got here, like actual sunlight.
This is awesome. I will cut out his heart with this. And then take his castle, because this place, let's be honest, is really...
Sorry about the upstairs.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't have fucked up my table, but that's okay. I'll get the Barovians to give me new things.
And you see even Esmeralda, her eyes are wide, and she's like, wow. I have never seen sunlight before.
That is sad, woman.
You're telling me. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You come to my manse after we kill this monster. I'll show you sunlight.
Okay.
I'm moving around in my hand, just kind of like dazed by the look of it.
Wow.
I can quite adequately use a sword. I just choose to use short swords because I can hide them. But if this thing has a go-go gadget blade on it, I can hide it.
That's true.
Is everyone okay with the guy that has like a 66 sneak attack using this thing?
Fine with me. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it actually counts as a finesse weapon.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
It counts as a finesse weapon.
There you go.
Oh, really? Now that is beautiful.
Yep.
The most evil motherfucker here. The guy who's like, I really don't mind this bone room.
All right, and let's end it here.
Okay. We got our
before
sword.
we officially, we got all of our artifacts and Esmeralda, and now all we need to do is go find the man himself.
So yeah.
I suggest I just start smashing stuff and wait for him to come to us. Hey, dog, if you don't come out, I'm just going to smash up your whole place.
We're just gonna smash your whole castle and then
See
have to
that
dig you
dragon
out of it.
skull? Yeah. Can't get another one of those, son.
As somebody who loves dragons, I can't believe that they were here. I was like, fuck yeah, dragons, even in a vampire show, yeah!
Right.
All right, so, all right, we are 75% of the way there. All of our magic items in hand. This was a lot of fun, you guys.
One of my goals was to have Strahd show up in every session, and I did it.
Well, we'll see if he shows up the next one. You never know. Haha, subverted expectations. Not in the end. That's the curse.
Not in the end.
You thought.
You guys are just in this house that you trashed. Congrats. Now what?
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was our, like I said, 3 out of 4. Our finale will be next week. Yeah, so as always, we usually start by meeting the characters that our players will play. Today we will meet the people behind them. I'll kind of do my business here. We'll go around the horn and then we'll get out of here. Everybody, thanks for watching. Manny, your host for the channel, and just everyday Dungeon Master here. It's so great to have somebody kind of lift the burden from me. One I enjoy, I really do, but it's nice to get a chance to play, and more importantly, it's nice to get a chance to play with my friends. Our Tuesday cast, so this has been a great time. I've been Roderigo. When I'm not being Roderigo, I'm the Dungeon Master and everybody else on this channel. So it's easy to find me. You can find me at GrowedUpGeek on your social media. You like what we do, give us a like, subscribe, follow, whatever gooses the algorithm of your respectful platform of social media. Let us go down to our cat person, noted thief and barbarian on Tuesday nights. Shtigg, tell us about Tenta.
I'm Tenta. I am manning Shtigg, and on Tuesdays Gatuli. And I like pro wrestling and metal and fighting and all those fun things. And I love the smell of flowers as well. And I'm just happy to be here with my friend. Yeah, I'm a sensitive sort. And I'm just, again, grateful to be part of this group.
Love you, buddy. All right, let's go down to my boy Lewis. Playing the big mom energy tonight. Kind of a fun departure from you. Your thing with the smoke thing was fucking rad in the wagon. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, I had to, pick a cool low-level magic item, so I figured why the hell not?
That was cool.
I figured it would add a nice layer of flavor to your conversation with Esmeralda, so I was like, oh, why the hell not?
That was cool.
So, like to show like you like living and dying over and over, because it basically just shows like your famous exploits for 5 minutes. So basically it just got like a little smoke marionette show. So, but yeah, I liked it. I really enjoy doing cool stuff like that. I really enjoy role playing whenever I do like D&D, but not like in the normal sense of like just like a typical conversation. I enjoy like adding, just like a little snippet here, like where you put your character in places is a lot to do with stuff like that. So I enjoy playing theater of the mind stuff. That's why I really like playing D&D, especially with all of these people. So I've had an amazing time. Yeah, that's all I really can say.
Awesome. And let's put it up for our intrepid dungeon master and herder of only 3 cats tonight. One of them probably counts as 2 because he's an actual cat. Litza, tell us about yourself. Thank you for doing this for us. I just really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. I'm sorry.
You okay?
No.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Look, man, my
Way to
perception.
say such kind words.
My
Okay.
perception
Way to say
sucks.
such kind words, Manny.
Dude, I have an 11 passive perception. All right, I have to fucking ask. I have a 10 passive perception, so yes, I have to ask. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's thank you. No, this is great. This is very fun. Thank you for suggesting that we do this. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm Litza. I'm Litza Brownwin on Twitter. I sometimes make games. I finally finished this game that I've been working on for like 2 years. It's called D&D but shitty. It's it's in its playtest phase right now.
This is it.
So maybe we could do something like that sometime. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, if you're interested in my stuff, I have a Patreon and an Itch.io. I have a lot of free stuff. If you're not in a position to throw money at my face, that's fine. Totally understandable. The world is a hellscape right now. Also, I will be here next Wednesday and possibly, hopefully, also sometime after that, depending on what happens. Because this place is awesome and Manny's awesome, and I've made a lot of friends here. So thank you again.
So we will be back Tuesday night with our regular scheduled Twilight Malediction. Next Wednesday, we will wrap up part 4 of this little adventure with hopefully the rest of our cast. And then starting 2 weeks from tonight, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, I believe 11th, August 18th, we will start the first parts of our 4-part season finale here on One Shot Wednesdays, where we're going to do Assault on Mount Celestia. Big power level 15, fighting gods, maybe supplanting them and taking their place. We are very excited for that. And then after that, we are going to be switching to a slightly different format. We'll know more about that as we get closer. But to everybody who came in and watched tonight, thank you so much to our players, our amazing Dungeon Master. We appreciate it so much. And to Lone Cauldron, our new follower this evening, thank you very much for the follow. Hope we can entertain you further in the future. And we'll see you next Tuesday night for Twilight Malediction. And if not, we'll see you right back here a week from tonight for part 4 and the conclusion of our little ragtag Curse of Strahd campaign. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you, and bye-bye.